If you are a pro-life voter in House District 20B, guys, you need to hear this message. The November 5th general election is almost here, and in your House district, you have a choice to make on who you want to send to the Capitol to be your state representative, and we're going to break down for you where they stand on critical pro-life issues, what they have done, what they may do at the Capitol. We're going to kick this right off. I won't waste your time. First, we're talking about Steve Jacob, your current representative at the Capitol. The first thing you should know about Steve, and many of you know him, I know this, but I wanted you to hear it from me, who spends so much time at the Capitol advocating on behalf of pro-life issues and other issues, strong conservative Christian. I also do some Second Amendment politics, of course. But I wanted you to hear from me what Steve has done at the Capitol. It's one thing to hear it from a legislator. It's another to hear it from those of us who have eagle eyes on every little thing that's happening there. So the first thing you need to know about Steve is that he filled out his Minnesota Right to Life candidate questionnaire 100%. He answered all the questions correctly from a pro-life Christian standpoint. But more than that, because Steve is already a sitting representative, I'm very happy to tell you that he has a 100% pro-life voting record. Now you might say, well, that's pretty standard, isn't it? No, it's not, because there's a whole bunch of Republicans up there who have voted for taxpayer-funded abortions through the Health and Human Services Omnibus bill. But the last time that bill came up and Steve was up there at the Capitol, he was a no vote on that bill. So you should know that. And of course, when he did that, he opposed taxpayer-funded abortions, which again, is not standard. It's just not standard at the Capitol, not for a lot of long-time incumbents who've been there for years. And so the other thing you need to know about Steve is that he was a strong no vote on House File 1, the bill that legalized all abortion up to the moment of birth, all 9 months with no restrictions. House File 1 also allows minors to get abortions without having to talk to their parents beforehand. Steve was a no vote on that bill. He also voted no on Senate File 2995. This was the bill that removed from state code the requirement to take care and save a baby's life if it's born during a botched abortion. It's true that Minnesota now has what equals to abortion after birth. Steve was a no vote on that bill. So if you see Steve out on the campaign trail, thank him for being 100% pro-life and for backing that up with a pro-life voting record. And again, when you go out to vote on November 5th, vote pro-life. Now, we're going to switch over to Mike Hutchinson. We're going to need some different colors here. Mike Hutchinson is the Democrat running to unseat Steve Jacob. The first thing you need to know about Mike is that he refused to fill out his Minnesota Right to Life candidate questionnaire. So we did a little looking around. We like to do our research before we do these videos. And Mike made it very clear on his website that nobody should have any say whatsoever on if a baby should be allowed to live. No say whatsoever. It's a woman's right to choose, and if the baby is 9 months old, if the baby is born after a botched abortion, it's there. He said he supports all of that. So that would be, he supports House File 1, abortions up to birth, and no doubt if Mike was up there in 2023, he would have been a yes vote on this bill. So he supports abortion up to birth. He supports taxpayer-funded abortions. Because right now, again, if he's saying, I find it actually incredible that in one motion, he would say, like so many other radical leftists at the Capitol, that it's a woman's right to choose. Nobody has the right to say what goes on in their bedroom, personal freedom. And then they go and pass taxpayer-funded abortions and take away your personal freedom to not pay for the killing of babies. he would absolutely have sided with the entire rest of his caucus in voting yes on this bill if he had been at the Capitol when the bill was passed. At the end of the day, Mike Hutchinson will absolutely be an enemy of the unborn if he makes it up to the Capitol. That much is very clear. And that is the information, guys, that we have on your House District 20B race. Again, it's imperative, no matter where you live, you need to get out on November 5th and vote pro-life. This is the election cycle when we push back on the radical pro-aborts who want to see babies killed up to and after birth. We have to protect these little ones. We have to do our part as Americans, as Christians, as conservatives, as people who care about life and not snuffing it out so quickly. So that's the information, guys. Share this video with everybody else you know who lives in your district and get out, vote pro-life.